Hello.
Hello?
Ooh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes. We are live. Hi, welcome
Oh,
everyone.
hello. Oh, wait, let me mute.
Yeah, turn off your XSplit.
Why do I have a backwards expert logo again?
I don't know. I don't know. Fix your shit. Hi, Empoleon. All right. So, yeah. Sorry this took me so long, guys. It's just been a little bit crazy, but the point is that it is happening now. I'm super excited. I know it's been a month since I did the last one. Forgive me, everybody. Forgive me. It's just been so crazy. I have to update you guys on everything.
You've been working
So
hard.
I have been, and I hate everything. Um, but yeah, so apparently I got a promotion, as you guys know.
Woo!
Yay! Yay.
Nice.
Yes, I got a promotion and I am now the technical director for the weekend news. And it's really weird because I work Wednesday through Friday sunrise shift, which is 2 a.m. to 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, depending on how busy we are. And then Saturday and Sunday, I work from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then I have Monday and Tuesday off now from work. So that's why I'm on early today and I can stay up late tonight because I don't have work tomorrow. So, yes, all the scary fun times.
Scary fun times meaning she's going to be joining me in an hour to play Dead by Daylight.
Yes, yes. And hopefully our friends will be able to join us too. He will be streaming on Twitch. I will link you guys at the end of the stream when we are finished here.
Wait,
How
who
are
is?
you? You are. Aren't you streaming? Or are we just recording?
Oh, what? No. I planned on it maybe tomorrow? Tomorrow night?
Oh, you're going to stream tomorrow.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because John wanted to get Ray Honda on, and Jay and Tommy might be joining, so
Ah, I see, I see.
tis be fun times. And Virgo.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Virgo's moderating on the AMD channel on Twitch tonight, so tomorrow will be.
Ah, gotcha.
Unless you want to stream tonight, Dead by Daylight.
I mean, I could on my Twitch. I mean, I was going to try and record some after we were done here.
Oh, okay.
Because okay, so originally the story that I was supposed to have posted up today, um, it got content ID flagged, which really pissed me off because I'm just like, it's by Believe Music. Any content creators out there, Believe Music, they're a bunch of pieces of shit. They flagged me for visual content, which I have a Video Blocks account, like I have a license with them. So any videos that I use, video footage from them that I use for like my videos, I'm whitelisted. So nobody should be flagging me for anything for any video footage that I use from Video Blocks because I bought a license for it. So it's like I have a license for that and have a license for audio blocks as well. So it's like I shouldn't be getting flagged for anything, but I am, and I had to dispute it. So the story that I was supposed to have up today, guys, I apologize. It sadly was not going up. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm actually in the process of editing another story to get that ready for you guys for later this week. Hopefully I'll get it done tomorrow sometime so I can have it up by Wednesday.
And I hope you win the appeal.
I know, right? Ugh, so annoying. So annoying.
Stupid YouTube shit.
I know, but exciting stuff. So you guys know the drill. What I normally do is I read some stories and we do a little discussion, and then I invite the people in the chat to basically say, "Hey, I want some stories. Like read this, read this, read this," and then I'll pick something from what you guys suggest, and then I will read from there.
All right. You're picking one now?
Yeah, I picked some stories ahead of time. That's another reason why it was taking me so long because I was trying to find
Oh,
some stories
okay.
to read.
I
Yeah.
found some stories too, but since
Hi,
you're the host.
tamales.
Ooh, I love tamales. Oh,
I know, right?
wait, that's
Tamales,
a
the
person.
great. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great tamale.
Let's see. Read the Cat in the Hat. Oh my gosh. Hey, is it Chara? Hey, Chara. And the Gate RC. Aw, you guys are great. Thank you so much. I hate that I started later than I thought I was. YouTube was being dumb. I don't know why Google Hangouts is giving me a problem.
I don't know why I can't change my icon. This is annoying.
Do you don't have your webcam up, do you? Like you don't have it like set up, do you?
No,
Let me see if I can.
I shouldn't.
Let's see. Oh, well, that's a thing. Did I mute you? No. What the hell? What'd I do? Okay. So, apparently... Oh, there we go.
You
Well,
muted me.
I did not mean to. I was trying to
Shame on
hide
you.
your... I'm sorry! I was trying to hide your freaking webcam, but apparently it's
I
just
remember
not...
going through the same thing last time, and you were
Yeah.
able to fix it. So
I don't know what I did.
let's trace our steps.
Actually,
And
oh, I think I remember. Let's go here.
let's go where?
Let's go to the control room and turn that off. Yay!
Oh, here I am.
Yay!
Okay, amazing.
I know the magic of the technology that is me figuring out Google Hang. This is how long it's been since I've done this.
This
But
is
yeah.
some next gen IT shit going on here.
Hey, Argent. Do you want to come in here? Argent, do you want to come in here? I'll message you on Facebook. Hold on. Let me go to...
Argentina?
Yeah. I don't know if you remember her. She is...
Probably not.
She's my best friend, the one who like told that story about... She likes to embarrass me.
Oh yeah, the one that didn't know that Beatles song that I was very kind of down on.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
Only because she doesn't know any Beatles songs. It's a shame.
It is a shame. There. Gave her the link. So she may or may not come in here momentarily. I saw her in the chat, so that means I saw her. She is a moderator. So let's see. All right, but yeah, guys. So I'm gonna tease you guys with a little something. There's a series that I kind of want to do, but I don't want to do it if you guys aren't really interested in me possibly doing the series. So I'm just gonna read the first part. It's a 5-part series by Matt Demersky, and there's another series that I want to do, which I'm actually planning on doing that one regardless of whether you guys want me to do it or not, because it's a really, really, really good story. Hey, Argent.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, she's muted.
Oh.
Damn it, woman. Unmute yourself. Okay. Well,
Speaker forever, hold your peace.
Yeah, she will unmute herself in time. But anyway, yeah. So that's the thing is I'm going to read part 1 of a story, and it's like I said, it's a series out of 5. I think you guys will really like it. But as a warm-up, I'm going to read another story that is that Fuckface in the chat? Fuckface, what's up? And
yeah, I remember him asking me in the comment section in my latest video. You were in it, by the way. Asking me, you know, do you ever hate it when you trip on a whale and land and have your head stuck in an apple? And I said, yeah, it happens often, but yesterday I landed in a pineapple. Scary shit.
Scary shit indeed. Are you there now, Argent?
Maybe.
Yay! There she is. All right. Let's see. I need to say hi to everyone first. Okay. So Jackie, Eve, Sonic Zapper, Mel, Mar G8181, Blissful Martini, Everything Otaku, Joseph, 8-Bit Kawaii, Ashley K, Woody Simpson, Skill Flea. Oh, for those of you who don't know who Skill Flea is, I did this story with, it was like a pretty big collab. It's a really short video I did with Abysme, Sir Aim, Jose Kage, Atticus Jackson, Pokemona, and Davis. We all did this story the day the internet died, and he wrote that story, Skillfully Circus did, and it was really cool. Bye, Rob. I'm sorry you can't stay because you're in a different time zone on the other side of the planet. Cassandra, love you, girl. And let's see, who else? Let's see, Jen Thom. Jennifer. Oh my god, from Band. Holy shit. It's a blast from the past, guys. Let's see, Elite Wolf, Markbot. Hey, Markbot. And Justin. Okay, Nova Jinx. I see you lurking in there. Blue is coming, guys. Blue's coming. He's on his way. He had to go get something from storage, but he is on his way, so Blue will be joining us shortly. I'm really excited. I haven't talked to him in a while because he just recently moved back to Hawaii. So, yeah.
I never spoke with him before.
Oh, Leaded Fox, did I miss you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, the lurk is real. Infinite, Minor, Hussein, I see you. And let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Let me see. I have a smart all. Lois Mendoza, hello.
Hello?
Hello. Okay. Let me
They
see.
want you to say meow.
Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow.
And here we go with the meowing.
Meow. Oh my god, the dogs are real. Jonathan! Hey, Jennifer. Oh, Steve. Hey, you remember Steve from Coed Gaming, right? Do you remember Coed Gaming, Daniel?
No?
Oh, come on. We all played speedrunners together. You don't remember?
No?
Oh, well, it has been a minute. But anyway, he's in there.
Oh,
Charles,
okay.
hey
There he is.
guys, Autumn, and yeah. Y'all want me to do the crazy laugh. I can't do it. It's so late. He did the heartbroken thing where you don't remember him. Aw, Lana Lindy.
We'll be fine.
Oh, she
We'll
has to
survive.
go. No, that's so sad. Bye, Lana. Lana. I hope I said it right. I don't know. Lana, Lana.
Lana?
Lana.
I
Lana
say Lana.
Lindy. Bye-bye. Alright, so here's the thing. Do Melina's voice. Melina.
Melina.
Jacqueline Escobar.
Is that the
Tristan
one from Mortal
Tapia.
Kombat?
I guess. Oh my god, I don't know how to say this. Kier
Kier?
Hutchins? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, bye, Lana Lindy from Hawaii. I'm sorry you have to go. 9 of 7. Matt Gonzalez. Nobody started yet. Yeah, he did say Melina from Mortal Kombat. I don't even know what she
Yes.
says. Other than, you know, die!
I was gonna say she has your pitch of voice.
She does, doesn't she? That's weird.
So you could have been a voice actress, and we just didn't know about it.
We'll never know. Aw, Carlton. No, it's not weird that you're obsessed with black-eyed children creepypastas. I've never written one. Or I've never read one, actually. Hi, Ferret. Today
Ooh, I got myself a spicy no sleep story for you guys.
Let's play!
You first.
I don't know. Okay, alright, so, let's see. Is that kind of long? That's actually kind of long. Let's go with this one. This one's not too long. Actually, that one's low. These are all so good.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I know, right? It's what I should do.
Catch a devil by the finger.
Catch a devil by the what?
What did you think I said?
I don't know.
Wrong
Such a-
appendage.
I don't know! Okay, so,
It does look like a finger, doesn't it?
it does. Alright, so I'm going to post the story in the chat. You guys know how I do. And then you can read along with me as I read aloud.
Awesome.
The story is by Matt Demersky, and it is called well, no, actually, I was about to read that one. Whoops. It's If You Ever Find Yourself Handling Blue Dollars, It May Already Be Too Late. Okay, and just for you guys, just for the record, you guys, you know how I do. I'll find a story that I've never read before. I literally will be reading it for the first time ever, so if I stumble a bit, I apologize. Alright, so we shall begin. Everybody mute your mics.
Done.
I don't have a gambling problem. That's the first thing I want known. It's also what they all say, right? No, I'm not addicted to gambling, but I have a codependency issue with someone who is. I'm not the coolest guy on the block, and I'm not particularly good at anything. Ted is, though, and we've been best friends since we were 4. He's the one who always gets pushed forward blindly into adventures, and I guess I'm the one who always gets him back out when things go sideways. There's always been an element of luck to our continued physical and financial survival, but never more than now. We'd flown out to Napa Valley for a friend's wedding, and already ditched the reception party at around 11. I could hardly afford to do anything. I'd only been able to come because Ted had brought me a ticket. Because I was only there on his generosity, I followed him to the quiet and rather empty bars that sparsely dotted the area. It was beautiful country, filled with vineyards and history, but it was not a party town. This frustrated Ted, of course, who began plying locals with drinks in order to interrogate them about local hotspots. Somebody has to be having fun in this town, he would say with a grin. One bitter old man finally spoke up at the third empty bar we invaded. There's a casino, if you really need it that bad. We looked at our phones, but Google Maps showed nothing. It won't be on any map, the old man said, scowling at us. Just go south from here and you'll find it. Behind our informant, I saw an unhappy look on the bartender's face. That should have tipped me off, but Ted was already thanking the old man and heading for the door. I followed quickly, ignoring the uneasy feeling in the pit of my stomach. Driving through the rolling hills at night was a claustrophobic and confusing experience. Our phone signal dropped, and we found ourselves driving purely by instinct. West, south, east. It was impossible to know for sure. We stuck to the sole road until it turned to dirt underneath the wheels. That's when I almost called the whole thing. But Ted pulled up outside a graveyard and pointed, "Look, cars!" And he was right. 24 cars were parked on the grass next to an unassuming old church that had all its windows boarded up. He'd only caught the sight across the graveyard and through the trees because he'd been looking so intently. Triumphant, he said, "That's a hidden party if I've ever seen one," and carefully drove the car between the headstones to reach the improvised parking area. I climbed out with trepidation. Even up close, the century-old church looked dilapidated, dark, and abandoned. Come on, this is too much. Ted wasn't having it. He ran right up and pushed open the front door, and bright light and the sounds of electronic games burst forth. In a moment he was gone, and I was left to step across the high grass alone. The fact that there was actually a hidden casino here lifted my spirits a little. Maybe it was all just a gimmick to encourage people to drink and gamble more. Funny. It still sounded quiet and looked dark until the moment I cracked the door open. The light and noise swallowed me, and I blinked repeatedly until my eyes and ears adjusted. I was almost disappointed to find that the expansive place within was exactly the same as any of the casinos Ted had made us visit in Vegas last year. Vaguely old-timey red and gold carpets ran lush under warm lighting, and drunk businessmen and their accompanying younger dates played at scattered locations throughout. An old lady glared at me, defending her slot machine, and pulled the lever only after I moved past. Finally relaxing, I shrugged. Whatever. We weren't going to be robbed or stabbed here. This was still Napa Valley, after all. In fact, they were rather accommodating. A wonderfully attractive waitress came by, said hello to me, and offered me a free drink on the house. I took it with a bashful surprise. Ted was already moving about the place to scout the best games and tables. I caught up to him, drink in hand, and he settled near a roulette table. "Let's just watch for a bit," he said. "Make sure everything's on the level. Hidden in a church like this, I doubt they stick to gaming commission codes." That made sense. We watched and listened for a bit, enjoying the taste of free drinks and the sight of pretty girls, as middle-aged businessmen won and lost with varying degrees of frequency. One pepper-haired Asian suit went on a lucky streak, getting the crowd all riled up, himself included. While onlookers shrieked with excitement, he bet it all. He lost. "Seems legit," Ted told me. "I'm going to head over to the blackjack tables for a minute." Then he moved off to begin playing. That was everything I had, the Asian businessman said, dismayed. The 2 girls that had been clinging to his arms disengaged and began to look disinterested. Hurriedly, he made a motion to a casino manager, and the well-dressed but subtly subservient facilitator brought him a small suitcase. It clicked open with a rush of air, and I watched as the unlucky gambler pulled out bundled stacks of blue dollar bills. That was odd. They were American dollars, same faces, designs, and everything, just dark blue instead of green. Was this fake money? Some sort of an in-house system? Come to think of it, I saw no chips, just money. If these were the replacements for chips, why all the care to make them so similar to real dollars? The gambler in question did not have the same qualms. He gladly placed the stacks on the table. The crowd grew energized again, and the girls began showing him attention once more. Feeling a little strange, I moved off, seeking Ted. I found him at the blackjack table as he won a hand. Grinning, he pumped a fist. I like this place. Come on, play. I don't have any money for this, I told him sheepish. Here's some. He handed me $100 bill. I took it and sat, but secretly stashed the 100 and pulled the last of my own cash reserves from my wallet. As I always did, I would return his money back to him when he wasn't looking. He never made me feel bad about it, and he had a high-paying job besides, but I just couldn't stomach leeching off of someone else like that. We played a few hands while still enjoying free drinks. I drank slower to remain soberish, but Ted guzzled away, having the time of his life. He lost quite a few hands, but played well, and actually started accumulating more money than he'd come in with. I, in contrast, lost all of my meager cash rather quickly. Upon the loss of my last dollar, a suited man with slicked back hair and a politician's grin approached and leaned down between us, an arm on the back edge of each of our chairs. He spoke with a thick Middle Eastern accent, although his skin was pale enough that it was uncertain what region he was from. Gentlemen, welcome. I don't think I've seen you grace our establishment before. I am Malcolm. Nice to meet you, Ted said. This place is great. Love the free drinks. Yes, Malcolm said with a widening grin. A small expense in the face of a casino's profits. I am not a greedy man. So you're the owner? I asked, not wanting to be left out. Yes, but think of me as your friend. He finally moved back and stood upright. His gaze shifted to me. I see you're out of money. Would you like to keep playing? He motioned a manager over, and a briefcase was opened before me, complete with the stacks of blue dollar bills I'd seen before. I glanced over awkwardly. Ted was suspicious, but open to the idea. What are these? They represent debt, Malcolm said graciously. Interesting. Ted looked at me. You should do it, Ryan. But that was not my name. I think I'm all right, Jason, I replied. What did he have in mind? I imagined he was planning to use these blue dollars, if needed, and then slip out. They couldn't make us pay back a debt if they had no idea who we were. Accepting my refusal, Malcolm ordered the suitcase closed and withdrew. Good luck, gentlemen. I was left with a chill and a shiver. From then on, I could only sit and watch as Ted gambled, talked up girls, and had a good time. The free drinks were no longer offered to me, and indeed none of the patrons or employees would so much as look at me. I should have noticed, but again, my life was often lonely. I simply accepted it. We moved from game to game, eventually ending up back at a roulette, and Ted soon found himself in a situation we had witnessed earlier. Energized crowd, streak of lucky wins, and a potential for a huge payoff. Despite my whispered warnings, he bet everything he had. The ball bounced, the numbers were called, and I sighed. He'd lost. Malcolm returned with a grin I imagined to be rather hungry, and the suitcase was offered to Ted. Someone in the crowd squeezed my forearm in warning, but by the time I looked, it was impossible to tell who had done it. Don't. Let's go home. Come on, Ryan, he shouted back. I could tell he still intended to rip off the establishment. Let's have some fun. Reaching down, he eagerly pulled out 2 armfuls of blue dollar stacks, most of which he pawned off on me. I held them as he bet blue money on another roll. It might have been my imagination, but the stacks felt subtly warm. He won, thankfully, but that quickly led to more bets, and I watched with a sinking feeling as my load of blue dollars shrank. The eyes of the crowd were upon us very intently now, and Malcolm seemed to be staring solely at Ted, grinning only when Ted looked his way. "We should go," I said again, but Ted ignored me. There were 100 opportunities to leave, but Ted took none of them. At long last, his final blue dollar went to the house. At that point, he whispered his intent to me, and I took off running after him a heartbeat later. I made it to the door and burst into the cool night air, but Ted remained just within. "What are you doing?" I shouted to him. "Get out here!" He seemed horrified. He stared down at his feet as they toed the red and gold carpet's edge. I can't! I can't leave!" Malcolm approached calmly behind Ted, flanked by 2 suited managers. Sensing something was wrong, I leaped forward and kept the church door from closing, but I made sure to remain just outside. "Malcolm, what the hell is this?" The grinning man gave a small laugh. "I told you that my money was a form of debt. People like your friend here never listen. They think that they can cheat the house. Perhaps that would be possible if the house, in this case, were not a demon. But it is. I am. And he is now indebted." I stared up at him, trembling, but it seemed that I was not in direct danger. The next question was obvious. "What does he owe?" "The same thing that is always owed." Malcolm told me, his grin widening along his cheeks in a starkly inhuman manner. Each blue dollar represented a portion of his soul. If even one remained, there was a chance he might win it all back and more. Thus, I would not technically own him. With not even one blue dollar left, he has no chance of escape. He is mine. Looking past him, I saw the patrons and the employees watching us. I understood. They were all his. The Asian businessman I had seen gambling had been one of us, free but no longer. I looked back to Malcolm, thinking about his explanation of chance. "So you operate by rules, then?" "Of course. I am a demon, rule-bound by nature. This type of thing must be enacted fairly." Ted still struggled with the invisible threshold, his eyes on me, his expression desperate. "How do I get him out?" I asked, my pulse racing. If the roles had been reversed, I was sure Ted would have had a plan, but I had no idea what to do. Malcolm laughed softly for a full 5 seconds before answering. "There's nothing you can do except leave. To buy back even a single blue bill, he must have money. He has no money, therefore he cannot buy back the single blue bill required. Believe me when I tell you that this is not my establishment's, how do you Americans say, first rodeo?" Ted began screaming, but a gesture from Malcolm silenced him. Ted continued moving and opening his mouth, certainly, but no noise came out. Heart thudding in my chest hard enough that I feared I might pass out, I reached in my back pocket and slipped out the $100 bill. How many of his blue dollars will this get me? "It must be his money, not yours," Malcolm replied, his expression uncertain for the first time since I'd seen him. "It is his!" I shouted. "He gave it to me to hold." A manager whispered in Malcolm's ear, and a frustrated sigh followed. "At current exchange rates, that 100 will purchase 21 of his blue bills." The other manager opened the suitcase, showing 21 loose bills, and I scooped them up before dropping the 100 in their place. Without warning, Ted's screams became inaudible again, and he fell forward into the graveyard with me. Grabbing him by instinct, I kept him from falling completely down, and Malcolm stood staring at us with anger. Now that his careful veneer was fading, I could see ghastly undertones in his skin and the pale outlines of numerous gnarled horns on his head and on the heads of the managers beside him. Ted accepted the 21 blue dollars from me and stood, slowly recovering his wits and breath. "Jesus, they had me." He gripped my shoulder. "You got me out. You got me out. You always do. Thank you. Thank you." I nodded and began backing away from what unhallowed place. There was no way we could have known. "Care to make another wager?" the demon at the church door asked. "Now that you know what we are, there are greater winnings available. How would you care for immortality? Perhaps the power of flight? Or precognition? We can gift you these things, assuming you win enough. Ted stopped following me and turned to look back at Malcolm's charred face. A terrible, sinking feeling overcame me. Don't! Imagine how much we could win if we could see the future, Ted said, still frozen in place. We'd be set for life. He's lying, I shouted. I cannot lie, Malcolm replied with amusement. You know this. I'll just bet 20, Ted called back. I'll still have the 1, so I'll still be free. I kept screaming, but Ted staggered toward that open door and pushed within. Fully gruesome now, Malcolm gave me a maggot-filled smile, and the door shut of its own accord. Opening and closing the rotted wood a few times, I discovered nothing but a musty and abandoned church within. I could also now see that the cars parked outside were rusted and ancient, with models ranging from modern to classic. Those that had come here over the last 50 years had never left. Surely I wasn't the first to turn down the blue soul money. How had I never heard of the old man at the bar? His bitterness. He'd lost somebody here, to this place, to Malcolm, and Ted had been an obviously doomed soul from the start. Telling him had simply sped up the inevitable. I began the long walk home. I was alone now, but that was no longer my biggest fear. I'd done my part. I pulled a lucky last-minute move and saved Ted from a demon uniquely suited to his flaws, but he'd chosen to go back anyway. There was nothing I could do but go on alone and wonder when my own particular brand of demon would fall across my path. On that day, I, too, would be lost. Thus was born Malcolm's demonic confidence. Even with friends to offer one last chance at escape, we are all human. We are each our own doom.
I love it.
You love it, yay!
So,
Fantastical.
did you read what people were saying in chat?
No, I did not read what they were saying in chat. What were they saying?
Google
About
Hangout.
half the people were having issues with the stream.
Oh no. Are they still having problems?
Um, I am. I'm one of those people who is having issues with the stream.
You try refreshing?
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay, it should be better. Mine went off for a second.
Do I hear an echo?
It might be from, I don't know whose end that would be. Hey, Rainer.
Okay, never mind. No more echo.
Okay. Let me see what you guys might be having issues with. Is it an audio issue or is there skipping? I wonder what's going on.
Maybe the audio quality?
No, for me, it's just the stream isn't updating, period. Like, it says it's live, but it's not actually live.
It might be a YouTube issue.
Oh, Ashley says that some of people from chat can't hear or see anything. But for some people, it's fine. Like for
Okay.
Mel, for example.
Well, I know it went like that for me for a second. I just refreshed the stream and it's fine now. YouTube, that's the whole reason why it was taking me so long to go live in the first place, is YouTube was giving me some troubles with Google Hangouts. So I apologize if that is causing people issues. Hopefully it captured everything, so when this gets posted live, you guys can go back and listen. I'm really sorry for everyone who's having problems. Oh, okay. Captain of the Sail says it's been happening all day.
Yeah.
Annie, try refreshing the page, refreshing the stream, and that should work. Ashley, is it still acting up for you?
10 times? Damn.
She's apparently refreshed.
Yeah, I'm stuck at the 34-minute mark.
Mine's fine.
See. That's weird. Well, it says for me, like, I can still... Let's see, hold on. Yeah, like, mine's still going. Like, even though it says mine still says it's like 34 minutes or whatever, it's still capturing everything we're saying. Like, it's playing out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just closed out of the tab entirely. I'm gonna see if something like that helps.
It might. I don't know. Liam, don't die, please.
Liam, stop it right now.
Okay, stream will play, but then starts to load. 35 and counting. Yeah, I don't invite everyone to your call. I don't think 80-something people will fit in this call. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure Hangouts has a limit.
It'd be utter chaos.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. What's up with that? That's really weird.
It's probably just YouTube being stupid right now.
YouTube being YouTube? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like mine's 30. Yeah, mine's like at 35 and counting. What do you mean, Nightmarish Tales? Come on. Come on, what? Come on, come on. Hey, Jonathan! It's John
Do
Crow.
the
He's in the stream.
locomotion.
John
Oh, he
Crow's in the
is?
stream. Yeah.
Oh. Well, that fucker.
Man, I
Hey.
don't need any more Discord channels.
Someone set up that Discord.
Nah, don't do it.
I don't. Well, there's like a short story that Stephen King wrote that I want to read at one point. Everything's good, Nightmarish Tales. Yeah, I agree, Rainer.
Ashley's saying, wish I was cool enough to join the call. A million years.
Oh my god, Ashley. Yeah, it's called like a survivor's guide or something. It's actually a really good story. Start speaking with a southern accent. I can't do that even if I tried, and even if I tried, I wouldn't be able to do it very long. Raptor is currently busy doing something, I don't know, but he said he'd join us later to play Dead
false.
by Daylight.
I know about his whereabouts.
What? He's in your basement, you bastard?
Yeah. I missed him too much.
Yeah, I know.
Are you
Everyone
at least
keeps saying feeding you. Yes, Sonic Zapper, I can forgive you.
Alright, Prison. Unsubscribe. You will not be missed.
Okay.
I'm kidding, Prison. I love you.
She can't, I can't hear anything. Poor thing. I don't know what to tell you, Ashley. This is really weird. This has never happened before. I think it's just YouTube being dumb in general. I don't know what's going on. Wait, your maker's in here? When?
Is he now?
I don't know. I don't believe it. I didn't see him. I see Axeman, though. I keep missing him.
Oh, there he is. Read the story about the guy who lit his fart at an inappropriate time and accidentally started World War III.
That sounds like how World War III would
Bye, Jennifer. Love you, girl.
Is that code word for Donald Trump pressing the nuke button?
Maybe.
Hey, Soul Gamer. Thank you. Lil Bean, you are late, but better late than never.
Now, I have a story to tell.
Yes.
Or did you want to read another one?
No, by all means. You both are welcome to read whatever.
Leonora, you want to go?
I will let you go first.
Okay, then. Ladies first, then.
Go to sleep, Sonic, if you're sleepy. Hi, Brandon. Aw. Luology. It is currently 10:26 p.m. for me. We're actually running late on our DVD.
Nah, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
You can start a DVD while you're streaming if you'd like.
Such late.
Such late. But I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so whatever.
I do, but whatever.
Oh,
You can screw me over as a killer again if you want.
Oh my god.
And while singing your death lullaby.
Oh my god, my la 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 la.
And don't have any more long, big, hard updates, okay?
Oh my god, no, it's up to date now. It will
Okay,
not be
good.
behind anymore. The story I just read was, let me pull it up. The story I just read was, if you ever find yourself handling blue dollars, it may already be too late. And it's by Matt Demersky. I'll post it again in the chat for those of you who are interested in reading it on your own, since some of you apparently cannot hear me. Really sad.
6:27 a.m. in Lebanon. Interesting.
Is that Hussein?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Hussein Ballon. I wonder if I said it right.
Yeah, Bailoon.
Hussein. You got a when you say it.
Alright, I'll post this in the chat real quick, and then you can start on your story.
Alright. It'll be short, though.
Aw, thanks, Infinite.
Should I read the one where there's a monster under the kid's bed, or it all started when I realized my iPhone was self-lubricating? Huh.
That one
Ooh,
sounds disturbing.
that sounds disturbing.
Oh, there is already a trigger warning in the story.
Thanks, Annie. And
body
no,
horror.
I have never been recognized from the news work that I do because I am not an anchor.
Self-lubricating, I said. I have an amazing voice. Oh, shut up, you.
Alright, let us know when you're ready. We're going to mute.
Alright. Due to a large consensus in the chat, I guess I'll read the self-lubricating story.
Oh, Lord.
Get a barf bag, just in case, okay?
That's not helping.
Give yourself an injection of Zofran so you don't feel nauseous afterwards. I pulled the charger out of my phone and a string of viscous fluid stretched between the charging tip and the opening in the phone. To say I was irritated was an understatement. I just bought the thing. There was a small pool of clear liquid on the table where it had been charging. I touched my finger to it and sniffed. There wasn't much of a scent. I tasted it. Salty. The worst possible scenario. Salt water destroys electronics. I had no idea what I could have spilled. The screen was off and the power button wasn't responding. I brought the phone into the bathroom and aimed the hairdryer into the charging port, being careful not to burn anything. When it was as dry as it was going to get, I tried to power it up again. It worked. I thought about bringing the phone back to Apple, but I knew they wouldn't do anything. They've gotten good at knowing when a device had been damaged by water. I wasn't in the mood to get into a fight at the Genius Bar. The day went on, and my phone seemed no worse to wear. I made calls and played games and browsed Reddit without any issue. Before going to bed, I plugged it into charge. The following morning, when the phone's alarm went off and I leaned over to hit snooze, my hand slid into a puddle of warm fluid. Cursing, I grabbed the phone and was about to pull out the charger when I stopped. Instead of my lock screen or the iOS icons, something that looked like a screensaver was running. Colors were flowing in weird, peristaltic undulations from the top of the screen, intensifying and darkening as they got closer to the bottom. It was actually quite pretty. I heard a sound coming from the speaker. Being careful not to get any of the fluid on my face, I put it to my ear. Bizarre waves of warm static were being played in rhythm with the motion of the colors on the display. The waves of static were picking up speed. So were the colors. As I watched with a combination of fascination and annoyance, the static became staccato, and the colors blinked faster and faster before culminating in a bright flash and a burst of static. The phone had to have a virus or some kind of malware. Still, that didn't explain the liquid. I'd make sure the table was dry before plugging the phone in the night before. I pulled the cable out. A gush of clear, sticky stuff drooled from the port onto my chest. Its smell was stronger than the day before. I gagged and got out of bed. I used the hairdryer on my phone again. It was back to working normally. Opting to go with the virus malware theory and not wanting to think about the liquid other than how badly I wanted to get it off of me, I used a different cable to connect the phone into my laptop so I could do a complete software restoration. I went into iTunes, clicked the necessary things, and went to shower. The fluid had dried into a disgusting gummy syrup that had caused my chest hair to stick together. I was in the shower for 45 minutes trying to pull all of the rubber cement-like stuff off of me. As soon as I turned off the water, I heard something from outside the bathroom. I wrapped a towel around my waist and headed toward the sound. It was similar to the static I heard before, but now it was coming from two sources: the phone and the laptop. As I got closer, I saw colors on both screens. The colors and sounds were synced up again, but the two devices were playing off each other. The sounds on the laptop affected the colors on the phone, and vice versa. I sat on the couch in front of the devices and watched, then stared, and then gazed. Right at that moment, there was nothing else on earth I wanted to see more. I saw it all. I felt something, too. But the feeling was tangential? Yeah. Indirect. As the moment of bliss passed, emptiness and the need for more bloomed within me. From the bloom came a realization. I tore myself from the screens and rummaged through the drawers that held all my spare electronics. Cables, USB hubs, network switches, etc. I took them all. Returning to my position in front of the screens and fixing my eyes on the waxing and waning undulations, I noticed that same fluid beginning to dribble from the USB port in the laptop as well as the charging port in my phone. Colors swam in my vision as I inspected the other USB ports on the other side of the computer as hope flooded my chest. And then I saw it. My hope was not misplaced. The ports on the other side of the laptop were dripping. They were ready. I took one of the USB cords I had in my hand and carefully teased it inside the waiting port. On the right side of the laptop screen, which I knew corresponded with the port I just entered, a hazy pink semicircle began to brighten the edge of the display. With my eyes fixed on the warm pink and my ears serenaded by each peak and trough of the gentle static, I brought the other end of the USB cable to my lips. As the metal touched my flesh, a tiny shock passed through me. It was not unpleasant, quite the contrary. It was enticing, attention-getting, and indeed, it had my full attention. I traced the plug around the bow of my lips, savoring the gentle, constant prickling. My mouth watered as the pink spot grew and pulsed on screen. My tongue flicked the tip of the plug. Its touch was met by a drop of fluid. I closed my eyes and focused only the sounds and the feeling on my lips and tongue. The metal was so warm, almost hot, almost burning. More liquid seeped out of the plug. It was slick and salty. My heart was pounding in my ribcage while I drew wet lines across my lips before taking the plug into my mouth in its entirety. The volume of static coming from the laptop intensified. Time disappeared as I savored what was inside me, not caring about anything except the flow of the static and the pulse of light on the other side of my closed eyelids. My tongue and lips worked, and accompanying a burst of static in a blast of pure white light, my mouth was filled. I opened my eyes and parted my lips, letting the fluid drool down my chin onto my bare chest. This time, I wanted it on me. I wanted it to dry there. I wanted it to be the mark of this experience. I didn't want it to end. The display on the laptop had changed. The waves and semicircles were still there, but the unmistakable shape of a person was being formed through different colors and wave patterns. On that shape, were warm circles. I knew they meant. Time went by, and I put the hubs and switches and cords to use. The Thunderbolt cables was for my mouth. Mini USB plugs, with the aid of their lubrication, slipped underneath each eyelid. The Apple Lightning connector fit into my urethra as if it had been built for that purpose, its length disappearing into me until there was no more left to go further. Multiple RJ45 cords, thanks to an 8-port switch, nestled comfortably inside my rectum. My ears, of course, played home to the creamy white headphones, while my nostrils and sinuses were packed with micro USB connectors. For the first time, I knew what it was like to be filled. Colors and static burst from the laptop, and my body hummed with electricity and incomprehensible bliss. During an infinitesimal moment of lucidity, I realized the sun was going down. During another, I noticed it was dawn. Then, with a burst of fluid and noise and brightness, it was over, and I felt empty. So terribly empty. It's 3 hours since the transcendental experience. The phone and laptop continued their dance, but I was no longer part of it. Everything inside me felt weak and useless. Everything, that is, except the one part. An hour ago, at my peak of my despair, I made a small cut on my chest and pushed a micro USB plug inside. Right away, more circles appeared on the body shape on screen. Lots more. I knew what I needed to do. I spent this last hour slicing and inserting every cable I own into myself. My soft palate had been cored out and stuffed with lightning cables. I've invaginated my navel and filled it with Ethernet cords and an HDMI cable. Inserted in the meat between my fingers and toes are the twisted pairs of Ethernet cords I unbraided. I filled everything I could until I had nothing left to use. And I hope it's enough. I can feel the cords lubricating themselves inside me, and the background of the screen as I type is a blur of warm pink and other melting pastels. My vision is dimming, and I know I've lost too much blood to write much longer. That's okay, though. I'm done. Read this and I know I've met someone else. Something else. Something much better than any person. Knowing we're going to be together. Connected. And I pray some of you get the experience this yourself someday. You'll never want anything else again. Invaginated. No, he didn't use protection. Were you like laughing this whole time?
Yes, I'm crying.
This isn't no sleep? This really belongs in confused boners. Not no sleep.
Someone said nope.avi.
We were torn between absolute confusion and hysterics.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I need some tissue.
And the comments in the chat have not helped.
They're just like, what the fuck? And then, of course, fucking Axel is like, man, I got a droid. I feel cheated. He's like, oh, wait, Lil Bean, what was coming out of the phone, though?
Frankly, I don't think he cared.
I know, right? I'm telling you, when the thunder cable went into the urethra, I was done. I was done. I lost my shit completely. I was out. I had checked right the fuck out. I was like, and it disappeared. I was like, nope, never coming back. There's no coming back from this. Oh my god. Oh, Rainer, this is something I'm going.
Aren't you guys glad you picked this story for me to read?
This is something I'm going to read out loud at my friend's graduation. Oh man, it hurts. Oh my god, I'm crying. Oh my god, I can't stop crying.
He invaginated his navel.
Oh my god.
Invaginated. That's a very colorful word.
Oh man, that was too much shit going on. Infinite Minor called that shit. Let me tell you, he was like, "I bet you so much money. When we come back, Eden's gonna unmute and she's gonna come back laughing." If I uploaded this on 4chan, I would get banned. Hashtag icon. It's like Cassandra. Who the fuck wrote that? Oh man, I was laughing so hard my head hurts.
Oh shit. Letter Fox found it.
It all started when I was realizing.
I was reading it in the middle of work in my night shift, and I'm like, I wonder when Eden's gonna next stream a Bonfire. I want to read this.
Eden should do this as a YouTube video. I don't have chest hair.
Except it's featuring me. Can't get any better than that.
I'm gonna clip out what you did in here, and I'm gonna just put it in the video. Oh man. Come for iPhones. Oh,
you should put your
man.
laugh at the end, though.
I should. My ass laughing. Someone write a laptop fetish story. Oh, tell Corpse to read that story. He will never read that.
Imagine him doing that.
He would never read that. If he did, he would have to be on something for real, for real.
That was so weird.
Oh my god, it was just too much. Too much going on. Woo, man. Oh, that laugh. Jesus.
Someone animate this.
Somebody animate this, please. Any animators in there, please animate this. Animate me coming back laughing, too, please.
I do not want to see that animation.
Just the most beautiful story since Twilight.
Oh, man.
I mean, they're not wrong.
I have an iPhone, but I'm not afraid of my iPhone leaking fluid.
If you guys want...
Oh my god, John Crow said he's going to try that.
Oh.
With a British accent, do it.
You're going to have me featured, aren't you?
Can we even post this on YouTube? Hey, I've seen some people read chapters from 50 Shades of Grey. I'm pretty sure it'll be okay.
We hope.
Oh, send me the audio. Okay, I'll send you the audio, John. He's going to go through and pick out the best bits.
Oh, God. Well, not the part where I, like, fucked up. What was that word? What is it?
I don't know what
Tangential?
Tangential. I don't know what that was.
Gentle? Be gentle.
Touch the phone, Cassandra. Touch it.
Be gentle with the phone.
Be gentle. Otherwise, it might leak on you.
Don't put it in your mouth. It's going to go down a slippery slope. No pun intended.
Damn it. I'm laughing so hard I'm coughing over here.
I know. I've like had to mute myself a couple of times so I could drink my water and cough.
Whew.
My Immortal.
Oh.
No, no one here is reading My Immortal. Absolutely not.
Just get to unplug my phone somewhere.
Cortana should be jealous.
A random white boy has appeared in your stream.
Hi, Jay.
Hello.
That white guy.
Oh god, it's so white. I hear he vapes.
Do you?
I hear he's a white guy.
I mean, he did just say.
Alright, so Now then, now that all the laughing has ceased, God, my ribs hurt.
Something more normal, maybe.
Yeah, no kidding.
How about 50 Shades of Siri?
No, I don't want 50 Shades of Siri.
Okay.
God.
Let's see. You're up next, right, Argent?
I can be sure.
Are you composed enough? You're not gonna burst into giggles after the story.
You know, I think as long as I ignore the chat, I might be okay.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I don't.
Wait, can you do me a second and just read what Lee Dead Fox wrote in the comment section? Can you just read it out loud?
What do you say? Oh. I've invaginated my navel and filled it with Ethernet cords and on. Oh, excuse me. I need to read it in a sexy voice. Hold on. All right, here we go. I have to do 50 Shades of Grey style. All right.
Oh Lord.
I've invaginated my navel and filled it with Ethernet cords and an HDMI cable. Inserted it in the meat between my fingers and toes are the twisted pairs of Ethernet cords I unbraided.
What the actual?
Oh my god.
Wow.
You need to stop, my iPhone is leaking.
I'm so glad I have an Android.
Man, I have an iPhone, but I swear it will never leak. And the day that it does, that shit is going to get exercised. I'll put it on a pentagram myself.
Oh god, that's gonna be a hell of a wet dream.
Mm-hmm. I mean, somebody needed to do it. Oh, I just made someone's phone leak.
That's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing for the rest of the night. Yeah, my iPhone is leaking.
Exercised. I don't say exor. I say exer. I say it really fast. Exercised. Ooh. Oh. Alright, Nightmare. If you're gonna go die, make sure you come back. Do I need to go get you a copy of the Necronomicon?
No dying.
No dying.
Death is not allowed.
No death. Fog Children by Nicholas Pichat. I think, did you email me about this, Jinx? I think you told me about this. Let me see. Let's look this shit up. I'll look this up while you're reading Argent. Blue!
Hello.
Hello?
Blue!
Can you guys
If you
hear me?
can
all right?
stop squealing.
I can
Hello?
hear you. Well, you're a little bit far away.
A little bit far away.
Yeah.
How about now?
You're very close. Ooh.
Your voice is
hello.
sexy as fuck. Just
Hey,
don't
back up,
switch-
back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Okay.
Back up. Blue is mine, even though he's not really.
He's really mine now.
Estrogen in here.
Huh?
I feel like we need more estrogen in here. This is ridiculous.
Well, Blue's technically like into men, so but he's not effeminate, so I don't know.
I'm whatever you want me to be.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness. Well, I've decided, guys, here and now, that if I'm like 40 and I'm not married, I'm marrying Blue. I'm sorry, it's been decided.
What about Raptor?
Hey,
Oh, Raptor.
Excuse
Poor
you.
Raptor.
we
What?
had a pact.
You'll be married before then.
Oh, I
Jesus.
thought it was
Not
Monday,
likely,
right?
but whatever.
Okay, well, here's
John
the
is-
deal. I'll
Wait,
tell you
hold
what.
on, sorry.
If I don't marry Argent by the time I'm 40, I'll marry you, Blue.
Deal.
Yay!
Are we doing? John was asking if we're doing DVD yet.
We are doing DVD.
The real question is, when?
I don't know. Argent wanted to read.
Yay.
All right,
Yes.
whose voice is sexier, mine or Blue's? I pick Blue's.
I picked Blue.
I picked green because I'm an asshole.
GTFO, Jay.
I know.
Well, Arjun was gonna read, and Blue, I guess. Where have you been? I miss you.
I've been good. I've been busy.
I know, with the move.
Yeah, it turns out moving overseas takes a lot longer than one would expect.
Well, you would think you knew since you moved the first time.
Right.
You'd be like, well, I left Hawaii and moved to Washington, and now I'm moving from Washington back to Hawaii. It's like I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, I tried really hard not to remember.
Well, you're back in your happy place now, so it's okay.
I wouldn't say that. But yeah.
Aw, but you
I'm
were so
almost
happy to
done.
go back.
Yeah. Well, moving, you know how it is.
Yeah, well, it's a pain
Yeah.
either way.
But I'm glad to be here.
I know, so glad that you're here. I always last minute you. I'm so sorry.
You definitely do, but I don't mind.
Okay. Yay. I never plan these things. I usually try and plan a schedule, but my work schedule is all stupid.
I saw your tweet. You were like driving, and you were like, "I think I'm gonna stream tonight."
Yeah, I know. I was like, since I don't have to work tomorrow, I'll stream tonight. Whatever.
Last minute stream. Woohoo!
Woo!
The best guy.
Alright, well, I guess since Blue's here, we can do a story by Argent and a story by Blue, and I guess we can close out.
Yeah, that sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
Alright, cool. And I did tease you guys with a little intro for a series that I was going to do, but I guess that will just have to remain until you actually hear it. Ha ha ha. Because I decided halfway through that horrific story, fucking Troy, that I'm going to do it regardless.
Wait, who's Troy?
Daniel, Troy, Ginger Ninja.
No, there you go. I don't know who Troy is, but okay.
I don't
He
know.
sounds like a faggot.
And some used to like.
He really was.
You're in my phone. I need to actually switch it now, because like now, like you're in my phone as Daniel Troy. Now I'm gonna have to put like Daniel Ginger Ninja.
Just call me Daniel.
Daniel. Don't you do it, Jay.
I had to put faces for my thumbnail for our last Dead by Daylight session.
Mm-hmm.
I easily found one for Renee. I found one. I just used the one you have now. And for Daniel, I just had to take a random N+ image and just place the face on there.
Good thing in mind.
Yeah.
Or you know what, Eden? You can call me Blue's less sexier brother if you want.
Ginger Ninja. Call you Red.
Blue's less sexier brother.
Yeah, call him Red. When Blue's in the when they're both in the stream, he's Red, he's Blue.
Okay, there we go.
Red versus Blue.
Red. It's Red versus Red and Blue versus Blue. It's I against I and me against you.
Aw, I'm the bee's knees. That's awesome. Thanks, David.
Blue, did
I
you
love
get all
that
of that?
saying.
I did. I love it.
I love it too.
Atari said he's gonna come back with his avatar as a dripping iPhone.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
This is gonna be a permanent thing now.
I'm just gonna, you know, they're gonna be jokes about this for days.
Oh yeah.
Days.
send
We've
you-
talked about this for months.
I know. I'm gonna send you random text messages, Daniel. I'm gonna Photoshop an iPhone like soaked in something,
Yes!
and it's funny because we both have iPhones. Haha.
I'm gonna be forever known as the self-lubricating phone guy.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I
no.
missed a good story.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you something, Blue. It was just too much.
It was
too much.
weird.
It was a fucking iPhone. Like it felt like 50 Shades of
Thank you.
iPhone.
They asked for
It
it,
was a
not me.
literal fucking iPhone.
I give him a choice.
Mm.
Well, it sounded like it was gonna be a horror story, and it was pretty horrific, all right.
I mean, what do you
Was it like a
expect
troll
when you give
pasta?
the internet a choice?
I feel like it was a troll pasta.
It was more like a confused boner pasta.
But then again, you know, if you watch the Darwin Awards, there are people who've done weirder things to die. Like the guy who, you know, died smelling his own farts.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watched. Have you guys ever watched the ABCs of Death on Netflix?
No.
It's a short, like, anthology film series. They take 26 directors from all around the world, and they assign them one letter to associate with the film, and the film is like surrounded by death. Like that's the like recurring theme. So in the first movie, there's a Japanese director who makes a movie about farts and how that can kill you.
Oh
And
my
that's all I'm going to say
God.
about that. It was probably one of the most memorable from that film. You can catch it on Netflix.
There are some weird stories out there.
Mm-hmm. That's a good time.
All right, so the dealio is Argent will read a story, Blue will read a story, and then we will close out the stream.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna go off to play DVD.
Eden might record.
I might record, I might stream. I don't know. If I stream, I will
can
link you
continue
guys.
streaming.
You know, I don't know how to YouTube stream.
Alright, then you can get everyone over to do a Twitch stream then.
I know, I should maybe. You guys can hear me fail, or hear me swear. I swear a whole lot in DVD.
No, you can just hear that fucking voice you use when you're the killer.
You know, I'm a bad killer, so I've got to entertain you guys somehow.
Oh
Why
my
would you
god,
do
that's
that?
terrifying.
Why did you run from me?
Oh my god, crazy woman! Jesus Christ.
No,
Maybe
I
it's because you're a
legit
psycho
didn't
bitch.
recognize Eden's voice.
So what?
Like when you were doing the killer voice in in DVD. I was, I listened to I can't remember whose clip it was, but I saw it. I was just like, wait, that's Eden? Really?
Mhm, yeah.
I've known this woman for 13 years, and I didn't recognize her voice.
Yay, voice acting.
It was probably yours, Daniel.
Yeah, I was
Probably.
super like I'm a really bad killer in Dead by Daylight, guys. So to make the stream or to make the recording interesting, I usually do like crazy voices, and so I was running around and Daniel was like running from me, and Jay like I was chasing down somebody. I ended up chasing Jay down on accident a few times, and then Jay was like ghosting Daniel.
Oh, that's because
He was stuck in the freaking hook.
Oh, that's
But-
because beforehand I was messing with Jay trying to get him killed, which I almost succeeded in. He got so
Yeah.
mad at me that he was ratting me out. Instead of working together, it was like one-on-one against each other.
Oh yeah. It was a fucking free-for-all.
Yeah,
And
I
it's a
was
co-op game.
I know, and I was just like,
Would you like for me to...
yeah.
give
You
you
can
the
link them if you. Yeah, you can link them.
Oh,
I was
that's
like-
chat. Do you guys want to see what we're talking about? I can give you the link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's best if you use Daniel's video because his is only 3 minutes. Mine is 28 minutes.
Well,
Night
that's mine
buffet.
consists of messing with you.
Yeah, yours was extremely specific, while mine was just trying to capture the entire essence of what we were doing, which was screwing each other over, lying to each other, Eden trying to scare the living shit out of us, and whatever Renee was doing.
Man, Renee was a boss. She was like getting it. She was so sneaky. Oh, but when I got her though, it was worth it. I think I was running around just wounding you guys for a while, which I think was probably more terrifying. Was just wounding you and letting you guys run off.
Huh.
But yeah, I'm a bad killer. That juke though, I juked Jay so good. I was so proud of myself.
It's like, well, you've won this challenge.
I did.
I'll
It was
see you
great.
next round.
Yeah.
They're still talking about the self-lubricating phone. It
I mean,
might be
it's kind of memorable, Daniel. I'm just saying.
good.
You're talking about shoving a thunder cable down your urethra. I'm sorry.
Should I be
I'm
glad I wasn't here for that part?
Be glad you weren't here for the whole thing.
Okay. Because I feel like I missed the most interesting part of this stream, and that makes me sad.
Well, it was definitely interesting.
Okay, everyone, Jinja has posted his video in the chat. If you want to tab that and wait till we're done to watch it, feel free.
But not now. Enjoy the stream.
Yeah, enjoy the stream.
Yep.
Wait till it's ended.
Yep. Wait till it's over. Did you find a story, Blue, or did you?
I think I'm gonna read Mr. Widemouth if no one's read that one.
Ooh, that's a good
That's one of
story.
my favorites.
It's a good story. Yes, it's a classic.
I'm also buying Dead by Daylight right now.
Yay!
Oh, are you gonna join us?
Yay!
Is John gonna join
You'll
us?
have me.
That would
Is-
be great.
Is
You know
Tommy
what?
going to be joining us?
Well, if it's gonna be more than 5 people, I don't know. It would be Eden, you, me, John, and Blue. Tommy's
Oh.
out.
Okay.
So
Too bad,
that's
Tommy.
yeah. Too bad, Tommy. Bye. I'm not sorry.
Such concern.
No. Yep. All of it. But yeah. Okay. So Argent, did you find your story?
2 more.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So Argent will post her story in the chat so you can read along as she reads aloud.
That was really loud.
Hey, you know, I have to broadcast. I work in the news.
All right, Keemstar.
I work in the better news.
Damn.
All right, Scarce.
No, like I work for the Better News.
Oh, yeah.
So not Fox.
Yeah, I work for CBS.
Cool.
Ugh.
Excuse you.
All right. The Argent's posted the story.
All right, cool. Everybody mute your microphones.
Will do.
All right.
All right.
I love cocaine.
Me too.
To whom it may concern. If you are receiving this letter, I must first urge you to not throw it away. This is not an advertisement. This is not a scam. We want no money from you at all. This letter was sent to you solely for your benefit. According to our statistics, if you are still reading at this point, the probability of your survival has already gone up 35%. This is not a threat. This letter is designed as warning and preparation for what you are now facing. Let me be the first to extend our sincerest sympathies. Our organization is a group of individuals who have endeavored to counter a threat that is not well known. While we have limited information on what the actual threat is, the important thing to remember is that you are in extreme danger. Through no fault of your own, you have attracted the attention of certain parties that intend to do you great harm. We can share information if you so choose. Responding to the instructions in the back of this letter will allow you to contact us. Electronic correspondence is absolutely discouraged. None of it will be safe. What follows is a list of rules and instructions that will increase your chances of survival dramatically. There is no guarantee that your safety is assured, but our research has shown that these rules will give you an 80% increased chance of survival if followed correctly and diligently. If you are already experiencing occurrences of unexplained phenomena, it is imperative that you implement these practices immediately for your safety, and we urge that you contact us immediately for further support. Do not concern yourself with why you should do these things. The reasoning will become readily apparent as time goes on. If you are still reading at this point, your survival chances have gone up an additional 5%. Number 1. Never allow complete darkness. Have flashlights, phone lights, or even emergency flares always on your person. Never sleep in a completely dark room. Always have night lights and candles that will last all night. We also suggest that you have multiple battery backup systems with the batteries charged regularly. Avoid traveling without an ample supply of backup lighting. Number 2. Eliminate all dark, dead spaces in your home. If you cannot have them filled in, secure them with stout locks. Avoid using flimsy construction or securing methods. We have many cases of hinges simply ripped out of walls or cheap doors simply being torn apart. All cabinets, crawl spaces, attics, basements, and closets must be absolutely secured. Do not open them at night for any reason. Keep all essential medications and foodstuffs out of these areas and in the well-lit parts of the home. Number 3. Do not peer into dark areas for any amount of time. If it is dark outside your window, close the curtains. If there is any area covered in shadow, do not look there for an extended amount of time. It is not important at this time to know why this is necessary. Further information regarding this topic can be obtained with further contact with our organization. Number 4. Lock every window, door, and entrance to your home before sundown every night. They must be secured in a similar fashion to the dark dead spaces in your home. Door must be metal or solid wood. Windows must be barred and secured. If possible, live in a home that is stone or brick or at least has solid siding. A thin layer of drywall or tin is not going to protect you. If you do not possess the economic means to secure your home, please contact us using the instructions at the end of this letter. Number 5. Avoid all mirrors at night. Remove them from hallways and bathrooms. They must be securely covered at night. Number 6. You won't be able to believe what you hear. And no, you're not going insane. In most cases, targeted individuals have reported hearing scraping, rustling, and gurgling noises from outside their home and from the dark dead spaces. In some cases, familiar voices of dead relatives have called out to the targeted individuals from these areas. When anyone knocks on your door at night, refuse them admission. Targeted individuals have reported voices that sound like their neighbors calling for help when the neighbors were on vacation, or phantom knocks at the door. Number 7. If you feel that you are being watched or that you are not alone, trust your intuition. Retreat immediately to a lighted area. Number 8. Discard of all bed frames. Do not have empty space under any furniture. Saw the legs off the furniture and discard bed frames. Any dark space must be eliminated. Number 9. Avoid sharing information of your situation on social media. It has been shown that close friends and family exposed to this phenomenon can cause it to spread and may even cause a multiplicative effect. For their sake, do not publicly advertise your situation. In the best case, you will be considered mentally ill. Risking an involuntary committal to a psychological facility is the worst-case scenario. In that environment, you will be unable to control your surroundings and will inevitably face the worst. Number 10. Avoid consuming electronic media. Several accounts have shown that this phenomenon can infiltrate electronic media and distort it to a horrible effect. The manifestations of these effects vary from account to account, but all of them share a common theme. The distortions created great amounts of fear and anxiety in the persons exposed to them. Number 11. Do not try to theorize or investigate what is happening to you. You will have ample time to share your knowledge with the members of our organization. We suggest on the strongest terms that you do not attempt to investigate these events on your own. The danger that you are in is considerable. You will be contacted by a member of our organization in person in one day at 10 a.m. We will only ever attempt to contact you during daylight hours. The representative of our organization will be wearing a pendant with a geometric design that you will recognize immediately. We cannot explain why this will happen at this time. If you are visited at night or by someone lacking this pendant, you are in extreme danger. This is not a joke or a prank. We exist to help people like you in this situation. We do not require money, and we are not a cult. We only ask that you listen and follow our instructions until we can assess the amount of danger that you are in. You will also gain the opportunity to meet people who have shared your experience. Reports show a marked improvement in mental health and happiness when you are exposed to others sharing your experiences. You are free to disregard this message. However, our research has shown that doing so drops your survival chances to almost nothing if you follow none of our items listed above. If sundown is approaching, we urge you to immediately prepare using the above suggestions. There have been reports of distorted daytime hours, with certain reports of people losing daylight. You have no time to waste. It will be getting dark soon.
I love pastas like that.
I love it.
Like those are my favorites. Like the experiment ones, like the ones that go into details about the different types of experiments, the rules, of course, and then of course the more I say lighthearted. There's really nothing lighthearted about it. But like the stories like The Devil's Game and Madman's Guide to the Unrecommended, those kind of stories. Those are my favorites to read because it's just like, hey, here's a warning. You should probably follow this warning guide. I'm trying to help you out, but more than likely you're gonna not listen to what I'm saying anyway and get eaten. Okay.
We should
works.
we should read one of those for our video and make it like an instructional video.
Right?
That'd be a lot of fun.
It would be. Like take different roles from different ones.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Because, in most of them they usually have reoccurring rules. Like I know the Devil's Game, the Demon's Game, yeah, and was it A Madman's Guide to the Unrecommended? They have similar rules.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we should totally do it.
Damn it, Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass.
I mean, it's dark for me too, but I have lights on all the time, so I'm cool.
Yeah, I always have at least a little tiny nightlight on because I have a bad habit of stubbing my toe or busting my knee on my little end table when I get out of bed. So.
That sucks. It's always the worst.
Oh my God. I cut the legs off my bed and it started bouncing around and moving around the room by itself. And then I realized the dog was still under it when I cut the legs off.
Hey, you better shut those cabinets. You don't know what's in them.
Hi, Mr. Scary. And hi, Lollipop CL. Sorry I didn't say anything earlier. Rabbit Pink Bunny, hello.
Don't touch it. It's rabid.
Cassandra, I actually read A Madman's Guide to the Unrecommended. Actually, it always kills me when, like, YouTube recommends my own videos to me.
Like, hey,
you would think you're interested in this. Like, man, of course, I fucking read it. It's my video. Why would you even? Self-lubricating bacon. Now that is a good time.
Doesn't all
JJ
bacon
the
self-lubricate?
Cool.
Yes.
Unless it's crispy. Crispy bacon.
There's
Still
still,
have some
a
fat.
fat layer of grease on the bottom of it.
That's true. Alright.
Blue, can I add you on Steam?
Yes, yay. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
If
Nightmare, I'm
you
actually
do-
trapped in here.
I have an email. Or I will be getting one
Alright.
soon.
Username is Blue Lava 6. You can add me there.
Lava
And so
6.
And so can everyone
Lava
in this.
6.
And so can everyone
So
in the
much
stream.
love and sex. Is it lava sex or love and sex? What is it?
It's LAVA and then the number 6.
Ah, okay.
Like,
Oh, I
I
got it
lava
wrong.
you.
I love you.
And I wanna sex
Lava
you.
you.
But yes, that too.
That too. Okay, so,
Okay, there we go.
alright, and Blue's gonna read Mr. Widemouth, and then we're gonna close out the stream, guys. Thank you everyone so much for coming. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm gonna try and do this more often, but yeah, so Blue, we got this story, and then we're gonna wrap up, and then we're gonna say
Let's
goodnight
do it.
for now.
So
yeah.
no story time, like about our pasts and stuff this time. Ha-ha.
No, we don't have time for that. Maybe later on this week we can do it. But yeah, if you want to hear more about my past and all the hijinks that I went under,
Gangster shit.
you can yeah, all the gangster shit. You can listen to the previous live stream that was like 5-something hours long.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it was in that one.
It was so long and full of mostly just me embarrassing her.
And me
Yeah.
harassing Raptor.
Yeah. So much talking. My God.
Infinite is asking, are you doing a DVD stream tonight?
You know what? I'll see about throwing up a DVD stream on my Twitch. I'll have to make sure my settings on OBS are cooperating.
Damn it, Leonard.
Oh, God damn it. Fucking...
Self-lubrication is
updates.
never gonna go away.
Nope,
So-
it's all your fault.
Self-lubricating Eden.
You're welcome.
There's gonna be like jokes. Like there aren't enough jokes about me already after the Cam story that I posted up earlier last week.
So many jokes.
Yeah, they're gonna keep coming too.
What's your Twitch? Let's see.
Daisuke Korihime.
I'll find it. Ah, found it.
Found it.
Copying the link.
He'll email me with a proposition. Is it gonna be an offer I can't refuse? Good night, Blissful Martini. I'll try to do streams around this time. Like I said, I have Mondays and Tuesdays off now, so I will try to start streaming more often on Mondays. I love you too, Lollipop CL. Alright, so yes. Blue.
Yes.
Blue.
Do the Korean voice.
Blue. That's not Korean.
No? What wasn't it?
It was just me being ridiculous.
Okay.
So, okay.
You know, I
That
like it
is
when you
us.
do that voice.
Oh, do you? Yes. Okay, so we're going to go to Blue now with his story, and then after we finish the story, we're going to say our good nights. Thank you so much. So we shall continue. Yes.
You're welcome.
I love it.
Yes. Okay. So
Yes.
on to the story, and here is Blue with Mr. Widemouth. Yes. Mute your microphones.
Okay.
This tale is called Mr. Widemouth. During my childhood, my family was like a drop of water in a vast river, never remaining in one location for long. We settled in Rhode Island when I was 8, and there we remained until I went to college in Colorado Springs. Most of my memories are rooted in Rhode Island, but there are fragments in the attic of my brain which belong to the various homes we had lived in when I was much younger. Most of these memories are unclear and pointless, chasing after another boy in the backyard of a house in North Carolina, trying to build a raft to float on the creek behind the apartment we rented in Pennsylvania, and so on. But there is one set of memories which remains as clear as glass, as though they were just made yesterday. I often wonder whether these memories are simply lucid dreams produced by the long sickness I experienced that spring. But in my heart, I know they are real. We were living in a house just outside the bustling metropolis of New Vineyard, Maine, population 643. It was a large structure, especially for a family of 3. There were a number of rooms that I didn't see in the 5 months we resided there. In some ways, it was a waste of space, but it was the only house on the market at the time, at least within an hour's commute to my father's place of work. The day after my 5th birthday, attended by my parents alone, I came down with a fever. The doctor said I had mononucleosis, which meant no rough play and more fever for at least another 3 weeks. It was horrible timing to be bedridden. We were in the process of packing our things to move to Pennsylvania, and most of my things were already packed away in boxes, leaving my room barren. My mother brought me ginger ale and books several times a day, and these served the function of being my primary form of entertainment for the next few weeks. Boredom always loomed just around the corner, waiting to rear its ugly head and compound my misery. I don't exactly recall how I met Mr. Widemouth. I think it was about a week after I was diagnosed with mono. My first memory of the small creature was asking him if he had a name. He told me to call him Mr. Widemouth because his mouth was large. In fact, everything about him was large in comparison to his body. His head, his eyes, his crooked ears. But his mouth was by far the largest. "You look kind of like a Furby," I said, as he flipped through one of my books. Mr. Widemouth stopped and gave me a puzzled look. "Furby? What's a Furby?" he asked. I shrugged. "You know, the toy, the little robot with the big ears. You can pet and feed them, almost like a real pet. Oh, Mr. Widemouth resumed his activity. You don't need one of those. They aren't the same as having a real friend. I remember Mr. Widemouth disappearing every time my mother stopped by to check in on me. I lay under your bed, he later explained. I don't want your parents to see me because I'm afraid they won't let us play anymore. We didn't do much during those first few days. Mr. Widemouth just looked at my books, fascinated by the stories and pictures they contained. The third or fourth morning after I met him, he greeted me with a large smile on his face. I have a new game we can play, he said. We have to wait until after your mother comes to check on you, because she can't see us play it. It's a secret game. After my mother delivered more books and soda at the usual time, Mr. Widemouth slipped out from under the bed and tugged my hand. We have to go to the room at the end of this hallway, he said. I objected at first, as my parents had forbidden me to leave my bed without their permission, but Mr. Widemouth persisted until I gave in. The room in question had no furniture or wallpaper. Its only distinguishing feature was a window opposite the doorway. Mr. Widemouth darted across the room and gave the window a firm push, flinging it open. He then beckoned me to look out at the ground below. We were on the second story of the house, but it was on a hill, and from this angle, the drop was farther than 2 stories due to the incline. I like to play pretend up here, Mr. Widemouth explained. I pretend that there's a big, soft trampoline below this window, and I jump. If you pretend hard enough, you bounce back up like a feather. I want you to try. I was a 5-year-old with a fever, so only a hint of skepticism darted through my thoughts as I looked down and considered the possibility. It's a long drop, I said. But that's all the part of the fun. It wouldn't be fun if it was only a short drop. If it were that way, you may as well just bounce on a real trampoline. I toyed with the idea, picturing myself falling through thin air only to bounce back to the window on something unseen by human eyes. But the realist in me prevailed. Maybe some other time, I said. I don't know if I have enough imagination. I could get hurt. Mr. Widemouth's face contorted into a snarl, but only for a moment. Anger gave way to disappointment. If you say so, he said. He spent the rest of the day under my bed, quiet as a mouse. The following morning, Mr. Widemouth arrived holding a small box. I want to teach you how to juggle, he said. Here are some things you can use to practice before I start giving you lessons. I looked in the box. It was full of knives. My parents will kill me, I shouted, horrified that Mr. Widemouth had brought knives into my room, objects that my parents would never allow me to touch. I'll be spanked and grounded for a year. Mr. Widemouth frowned. It's fun to juggle with these. I want you to try it. I pushed the box away. I can't. I'll get in trouble. Knives aren't safe to just throw in the air. Mr. Widemouth's frown deepened into a scowl. He took the box of knives and slid under my bed, remaining there the rest of the day. I began to wonder how often he was under me. I started having trouble sleeping after that. Mr. Widemouth often woke me up at night, saying he put a real trampoline under the window, a big one that I couldn't see in the dark. I always declined and tried to go back to sleep, but Mr. Widemouth persisted. Sometimes he stayed by my bed until early in the morning, encouraging me to jump. He wasn't so fun to play with anymore. My mother came to me one morning and told me I had her permission to walk around outside. She thought the fresh air would be good for me, especially after being confined to my room for so long. Ecstatic, I put on my sneakers and trotted out to the back porch, yearning for the feeling of sun on my face. Mr. Widemouth was waiting for me. I have something I want you to see, he said. I must have given him a weird look, because he then said, It's safe. I promise. I followed him to the beginning of a deer trail which ran through the woods behind the house. This is an important path, he explained. I've had a lot of friends about your age. When they were ready, I took them down this path to a special place. You aren't ready yet, but one day I hope to take you there. I returned to the house, wondering what kind of a place lay beyond that trail. 2 weeks after I met Mr. Widemouth, the last load of our things had been packed into a moving truck. I would be in the cab of that truck, sitting next to my father for the long drive to Pennsylvania. I considered telling Mr. Widemouth that I would be leaving, but even at 5 years old, I was beginning to suspect that perhaps the creature's intentions were not to my benefit, despite what he said otherwise. For this reason, I decided to keep my departure a secret. My father and I were in the truck at 4 a.m. He was hoping to make it to Pennsylvania by lunchtime tomorrow, with the help of an endless supply of coffee and a 6-pack of energy drinks. He seemed more like a man who was about to run a marathon rather than one who was about to spend 2 days sitting still. "Early enough for you?" he asked. I nodded and placed my head against the window, hoping for some sleep before the sun came up. I felt my father's hand on my shoulder. "This is the last move, son, I promise. I know it's hard for you, as sick as you've been. Once Daddy gets promoted, we can settle down and you can make friends." I opened my eyes as we backed out of the driveway. I saw Mr. Widemouth's silhouette in my bedroom window. He stood motionless until the truck was about to turn onto the main road. He gave a pitiful little wave goodbye, steak knife in hand. I didn't wave back. Years later, I returned to New Vineyard. The piece of land our house stood upon was empty except for the foundation, as the house burned down a few years after my family left. Out of curiosity, I followed the deer trail that Mr. Widemouth had shown me. Part of me expected him to jump out from behind a tree and scare the living bejesus out of me, but I felt that Mr. Widemouth was gone, somehow tied to the house that no longer existed. The trail ended at the New Vineyard Memorial Cemetery. I noticed that many of the tombstones belonged to children. The end.
I love it.
That story always gets me because I've always hated Furbies.
We love you.
Dude, there was no joke. I was at a friend's house and he had like those Furbies, like the new ones that came out, like the next gen Furbies, you know?
The next Furbies.
The next gen Furbies, not the Gremlins now, don't get it twisted. But yeah, it was like the next gen Furby. Like, you know when they re-released the Furby, like the Furby fad came back? And he had one, and apparently he couldn't find it, like the dog ran off it or something. And then one day he was asleep in his bed, and all of a sudden he hears, "Hey, hey, are you there? Do you want to play?" I was like, I was
Absolutely
like, no.
not.
I was like, no.
Is that a window? I'll just go there. Thanks.
That is a whole big bag of
Story
nope.
building.
The big bag of no. Nope. Something nope out of here. I mean, he said it happened in the middle of the night, too. Like, the dog ran off with it. He never saw the Furby again. And then, like, one day in the middle of the night, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, he just hears, "Hey, are you there? Do you want to play?" I was like, I would be done. My ass would be out the house.
I would have been like, "Hey, you want to play in a fireplace? I can light it up for you."
But he couldn't. He didn't know what was going on because, you know, like when you first wake up, you're all disoriented and shit, right? And it was like under the bed, right under his pillow, like where he sleeps at, his head. So that's all. It sounded like the voice was right next to him. Nope. No, ma'am. That's a. I'll take a nope with a side of nope. What's the side of fuck that?
Oh, can I get some extra nope on the side? That would be great.
Catch the first
exactly.
fuck that train to Noteville, please.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a one-way ticket.
One-way ticket.
Oh my God, Empoleon. Eden's going to take that Furby to iPhone Lube City.
God.
Like a
Speaking of which,
one
Ian,
way.
can you
I
fulfill my
retweeted
wish?
you. I
Oh,
retweeted you.
Okay. Better.
Take a-
People better like and retweet that. Make it a trend now.
I'll take a one-way ticket on Nope That Airlines to fuck that extent.
Yeah, for real. Alright, guys. Well, that is the end of the stream. I'm sorry that it couldn't go longer. I know I kind of spoiled you guys at the last stream. It was like 5 fucking hours. It was almost 6 hours the last stream, actually. I just looked at the number count. I was like, holy shit. But, yeah, I'm going to try and make this a regular thing. Next Monday, I will try to stream again.
Infinite is waiting for the Twitch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let me go ahead and log in over there now. Yeah, I'm gonna try and stream some Dead by Daylight. I haven't Twitch streamed in forever.
And just, creepy voice the whole thing.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
You go ahead.
Why?
Daniel, please come with me, Daniel, to a lovely place full of murder!
You got cookies?
Yes, or vanilla wafers.
I'm in.
But yeah. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was just like, why would you do that? Why would you run from me? And then everybody started freaking out because they were just like, whoa, what the fuck?
Oh my god, crazy woman. Fucking Renee just
That was Renee. She
immediately-
goes, oh my god, crazy woman.
And I was like,
It's
and I
that
was like,
way
you
you
realize your voice is sexy as fuck, right?
He just disregards it entirely.
And then I cutely just go, really? Is it really? For those of you who don't know, I'm pretty mouthy when I play games, so just be forewarned. The F-bombs will be dropping like a... Oh my gosh, Jay, I completely forgot about that one part where you led Renee right to me.
Like, ooh, Virgo.
Did you see my video? And I'm just hiding slightly beside the generator.
I know, and you were just... And then Daniel on cue just goes, who's the killer? And I'm like, no, god damn it! He's like, and I was like, and then Jay goes, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I was just like, you fucking piece of shit.
Oops.
Everybody in
I
the chat's like, Eden, do the laugh.
Do the laugh? Okay.
You ever watch
I
Shrek 4? There's that little kid who's like, do the roar.
Do the roar. Do the laugh. Do the laugh.
Do the laugh.
Always do the laugh.
I like it.
Forever and ever.
I always have to do the laugh. Okay, guys. It's like a tradition now, isn't it?
Dance monkey.
Yes.
All right.
Dance, monkey, dance.
All right, let me drink some water. I've been laughing so much today.
Yeah, you don't want to get to a point where you voice crack like me.
Yep. All right, here we go, guys.
Makes me moist every time.
Oh, all right, guys. I do like an alternate version of that every time. It's never the same. Although my laugh from I Hate New Year's Eve is still the best one. Still the best.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, I'm going to be heading over to Twitch to stream. If you want to head over that way and watch us play Dead by Daylight, by all means, do so. If not, we will catch you on the next stream. And in the meantime, thank you guys so much for listening and for being subscribed and for watching my videos and commenting and just being overall awesome hellions. You are the fucking best. I love you. Good night.
Good night. Switch over to Twitch, you bastards.